Now, candlesticks are storytellers, but it depends if you understand the story. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I have a free mentorship program, link will be in the description. Alright, let's look at the story that candlesticks tell us. So, let's start from the beginning. So, every candlestick has a particular structure. This is pretty consistent because it has an open, high, low, and close, regardless of whether it's bullish or bearish. So, if you understand this, then it is very easy to know where the high of the day, low of the day is, high of the week, low of the week is. With this strategy, we depend on identifying the high and the low of the day. Look at a random daily candle. You can see that here we have 19 hours to go in order for this candle to close. So, that means at this time, this is the low of the day. And this is the high. We don't have the close yet. So this is the current high of the day, low of the day. Now, if you go to the 15-minute time frame, you can see the high is the highest point price has reached, and the low is the lowest point price has reached. So if you are struggling to identify the high of the day, low of the day, first look at the beginning of the day. And then think about that. We have the open, we have the low, we have the high, and now we have the current price action. Moving on, we have two different types of candlesticks that I pay close attention to when we are either at the high or at the low. So let's look at what these two types of candles are. So if we look at the Euro USD, let's break down Friday. Now, if we look at where the high and the low of the week is, so we begin the high and the low of the week on Monday, like that. And that is the high. On Tuesday, this day here, we pinned the low, so we extend the low up to that level. So, pin number one. A pin is an extension of the low. Keep that in mind. A pin or the high, whether it's on the 15-minute time frame or the 1-minute time frame, it doesn't matter. A pin is always an extension. Now, on Wednesday, it was just an inside day, and then on Thursday, look again at the pin. So I am not looking to trade these moves here, even if they have explosive moves. I want a breakout. So I just extend my high up to there. If I see a breakout here, then that is a setup I am willing to take. Now, let's look at this setup here. So, do we call this a breakout? So, if you follow the rules of what pins are, or the story that the pins tell you, a pin at the high is an extension of that high. So, what we want to see is price coming back again to this level and breaking out. So, that to me is not a breakout. This to me is just price trading inside an established high and low. Now, the reason why I extend my high to the high of that candle, the high of the pin, is because price usually comes back to hunt that area. So, pins at the high are an area of liquidity. Alright? That is to me how I view the market. If I see pins, I know liquidity. So what I would like to do is I would like to wait for price to come back to that level, breakout, like the way it has done here. Breakout. Once we have a breakout, then I know we have a high likelihood of coming back either to the low of the day of or the low of the previous day. Now, what do breakouts say? Breakouts, on the other hand, those are my favorite things to look for. So let's look at USD CAD. We have the high of the week on Monday. We have the low of the week extended on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday again we break out on Wednesday. And notice. Oh, so this is the low of the week. When we have the breakout, price usually comes back very, very aggressively. Again, so if we look at Thursday or Friday, price breaks out. So when price broke out, look at what happened. Price continued back inside of the range aggressively. So using this principle of breakouts to me signal that a lot of liquidity has been grabbed. Then we move on. We move on to look for entries. Now, of course, I have a specific strategy. Point being, today we are talking about what breakouts mean. Breakouts at the high or the low of the week, especially in the timing window, signifies that we have grabbed liquidity and we are now either breaking out to continue with the trend, or if we have a reversal, we will have a very explosive reversal. Now, moving on to engulfment candles. So an engulfment candle, to me, let's define that. It is a candle that is bigger than the previous candle, especially if it's at the high. An engulfment candle, this is an engulfment candle. Why? Because it has engulfed the body and the high and the low. I mean, not even the high and the low, but the body and the high if we are going up, or the body and the low if we are going down. This, on the other hand, this blue candle here is not an engulfment candle, because the body, it only engulfed the body, but the pin, this is the high. In another example, this is an engulfment candle. Look at the low of that candle. This candle is bigger than that low. Lastly, the signature move, the pump, pause, and breakout, I look for when I'm looking for my setup. Now, this is an example of a trade setup that has not yet set up already. So, we have a failed breakout on Friday, which tells me on Monday we have a high probability that we are going to buy. Now, when I am buying, what exactly am I looking for? Or when I'm selling, what am I looking for exactly? So we can go back to a trade setup that I have already and then look at the candlesticks. So I am looking for an N pattern. N, pump, pause, then breakout. So when I say that, I am looking for an N in my timing window. So if we look at this trade we took in the London session, we have this pump, leg 1, pump, and then we have this pause. So the pause can be 2 candles, 3 candles, 4 candles. But the minimum number of candles that I want to see here, which are consecutive, is 2. And then we have the breakout. So pump, pause, breakout, and then dump. And you notice all this is just price action by understanding the candles. Simple. So that is all I look for in my timing window. Hopefully this video opened your eyes on a few things about the candlestick. So go back test this strategy, see for yourself that it works, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.